second. All right, so I want you to button it all up. Really quickly here, will you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Testing, testing, testing. Can you hear me okay?
If he moves a little bit, it might make noise.
Okay, I'll try not to move.
Your shirt's still a little bunched up. I hate to keep saying it, but I just wanted to.
No, I'm just not paying
There you
attention.
go. That's good. That's a lot better.
That fell too. That's going to be a problem, isn't it? Still moving, sorry.
Oh.
I'm doing the same thing. Hold on. Put it on stun, anti-stun.
Your offset is over here.
It's totally off.
I know, I meant
Really
in the
good shot.
background.
Oh, you can see it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We got to widen it close, so
Okay.
we don't want your phone in the shot.
I know, that's great. Alright.
Good stuff. All right,
Testing, testing.
go ahead and give me a brief introduction. Who are you and what do you do?
I'm Josh Zettler. I'm from Marion, Illinois, and I'm the owner of Freedom Brokers.
So what made you start Freedom Brokers? What is it?
I just have a passion for helping people, and we've found that the way to do that through insurance and financial services is to allow us to serve them.
Great. And so Freedom Brokers does a lot of different things. Can you touch on some of the areas in which you serve people through Freedom Brokers?
Yeah, we have a 3-stage approach. So the first approach is to help people get out of debt. The second approach is to help people understand what protections they need in their life. And then really the last one is to help them to leave a legacy to their family and their organizations. But also as a business owner, we can help them retire and do things that really matter in their life.
Awesome. And so when you talk about helping people get out of debt, you're talking about helping people get out of debt in 7 years or less, including a mortgage. Would you elaborate on that for me just a little bit?
Yeah, if we can set someone free, which that's why we name Freedom Brokers, set them free from debt, it allows them to live a life unencumbered and really truly free. And so what that looks like is they'll actually get out of debt in 7 years or less, including their mortgage, doing exactly what they're already doing, just changing the way they do it.
And how do they change that? Can you give me I know it's complicated, but just a teaser.
So literally, it's a debt snowball using a product that allows them to use their money twice. And when you use your money twice, just like a bank would, you are allowed to have leverage that allows you to get out of that debt quicker. Most people don't even realize that they can do that.
Right? And so once somebody is out of debt, the next thing to do is really protecting, right?
Yeah.
And you protect all sorts of different things, home, life, auto. Can you cover the bases for me?
Yeah, so we literally take someone personally and try to help them with all of the protections through, their life, their auto, their home, their health. All of those things are available through us. But at the same time, a business owner might come to us and say, well, can you protect everything for us too? And we can totally do all of those things for them right here in one spot.
So one of the things that we talked about, especially with Paul too, is when we're looking at protection and things like that, people might not even realize, where they are. Some of them, they have insurance, but they haven't looked at it in a long time, and they're missing something. What would you say to somebody who maybe isn't 100% confident that they have what they need?
So gaps in insurance and coverages are one of the biggest things that we really try to address. Because if it's all about price, the first time you have a claim, that changes your heart. And so that's what we want to make sure that someone understands, is to have the freedom to set their mind at ease on the things that they don't know if they're covered for. They'll know when they meet with us.
Great. And so that process is really easy. If I'm sitting at home and maybe I'm worried about my insurance, or maybe I haven't checked in a long time and I know that I should. If I pick up the phone and call Freedom Brokers, I basically have nothing to lose. Worst case scenario, you're going to tell me I'm covered. Best case scenario, you're going to find me some savings or some better coverage than what I already have. Can you tie that up for me just a little bit?
Yeah, actually, probably 80% of the people that call in, we can either save them money or help them find both savings and better coverage.
Perfect. So then, if I'm out of debt and I know I've got my bases covered on protection, the next thing I'm focused on is worried about how do I leave a legacy? What happens when I'm not here anymore? Or better yet, just what happens if something happens to me? How do I know that my wife and my kids are taken care of? And Freedom Brokers can help with that too by protecting the legacy. How?
So there's a couple ways to do that. The first thing that most people think towards is, I may never ever be able to retire at all. So they don't even have a plan. And so we allow that to happen, and we can give them a forecast of what that's going to look like in their retirement and give them hope that it can happen, number one. Number two, in the end, we all want to leave a legacy. We feel like we need to have purpose. And so that's done through a product that allows us to literally, it's called a legacy of love. And that allows you as a person to leave a legacy to your organizations that you love, charities and such, but at the same time to your family. Because in the time of an event, of an untimely event, that something would happen to you, you don't want to leave them uncovered.
So let's tie up really quickly the legacy of love. So at Freedom Brokers, we have this this product called Legacy of Love, and what it allows you to do is, let's just make that, because there's a lot there, I think.
So Legacy of Love is a product that allows you to put money into a funeral trust, either partially over time or immediately, so that it becomes available as an irrevocable trust for the person in order to pay for their funeral and final expenses. And that allows the family to be rest at ease. On top of that, it organizes the funeral for them so that we can work with local funerals around the area to make sure that they get the service that they need.
So if you're somebody who is maybe out of debt, you have your good protection sort of covered, and you're ready for those next steps, things you just haven't thought of yet, things you know you need to take care of, what advice would you give that person who's sitting watching this right now to make them not procrastinate any longer?
So the first thing is you just need to sit back and think, define what you want in life. And usually that has something to do with freedom. And then you want to learn from somebody and make sure that the phone rings exactly
At that moment,
when you want to talk on television.
destiny calling. Do you hear it?
I do. Do you?
You know, I turned that down to nothing.
It's all right.
So that was good. So what a,
Thank
yeah?
you very much.
Yeah, good job.
I'll leave now.
All right. Go ahead. What would you say to that person who is sitting around, who knows that they need to do it, they've been procrastinating for way too long?
Well, it's time for you to define what you really want in life. When you do that, most of the time it comes with a professional. And a professional that doesn't have to give you all the answers. You come up with the answers that you want in life. Like, look, this is not a square peg fits a round hole. We want to provide a custom solution. So define what you want, learn from those who have the results in life you want, and then just make the plan and do it. And so that's what we do here at Freedom Brokers. We customize the experience so that you get what you want.
And so the first step is just simply picking up the phone. And all I have to do is pick up the phone and give you a call. Will you go ahead and give me that with the phone number?
Yeah, so you can call Freedom Brokers anytime, 9 to 5. Actually, I'll redo that. You can call Freedom Brokers 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Our phone number is 844-2TO-FREEDOM. And you can give us a call and we'll be excited to take your phone call.
And so when you call Freedom Brokers, you're going to get somebody right here who can help you, real person in Southern Illinois who cares about your outcomes, right? What kind of level of service can you expect when you call Freedom Brokers?
Our goal is to be above all in service. One of our carriers, that is one of their main flagship taglines, is to be above all in service. And so we do that here. And so, between 24 and 48 hours, you should have a resolution to anything that you need. And we're here to help you do that.
Great. Anything else you want to say about Freedom Brokers and what it means to have a company that helps so many people in Southern Illinois?
For me, it was really about the personal touch and the ability to help our local community. We're not going anywhere. And so that, my wife and I have talked about that for a long time. Our family's here, we grew up here, and we just want to invest back into the community. And we just thought that the name Freedom really has a lot to do with what we stand for and what we're trying to do in the community.
That's wonderful.
Do the phone number one more time.
So the phone number is 844-2TO-FREEDOM. And you can go ahead and remember that, 844-2-FREEDOM. It's pretty simple.
Awesome. Is there anything I haven't asked you that you think I should have?
No, it's good. I think this three-legged stool, and I think that kind of does it.
Beautiful. Will you
Oh,
sum it
so
all
it's
up?
TO, like 844
TO.
TO Freedom.
Like
Okay, and we'll have it on screen the whole time. So if you say 844-2-FREEDOM,
yeah.
we'll have it
For
on the
sure.
bottom of the commercial, so that'll cover the base. I think we're done. I think that's it. We need a bunch of random B-roll, but that's it.
Yeah.
You did way better